Hi folks, welcome back to my shop. Notice anything different? Got first haircut in 7 months. My wife said it was getting a little bit scary. Well, anyway, judging by the results of last video on the straight edge, there's not that very many people that are interested in planing straight edges, I found. But I want to show you the last segment where we plane off the angle section of it and how we had to make some new fingers to hold it, and it was a real problem to hold this edge. I mean, it's like a wet noodle and limber, and you can't put any pressure on it, so I'm showing you how I do it. May not even be the right way, but that's the way I've done it and works well for me. Now, I'm trying to make the video a little bit more entertaining. I've scheduled some dancing girls, but my wife found out about it and saw the charge on the Visa card and canceled it immediately. So the best thing I could come up with offhand is showing you some pictures of how we moved my 1943 Rockford Planer into the building. The planer was found in a tractor shed up in northern Kansas. It was open to the elements on one side and a lot of dust up there. The owner was pretty smart, and he had covered it in a grease before he put it out there. So all we basically had to do was clean it up and get rid of all the dirt. And then I had to start rebuilding parts and the cylinder. Well, that's all a long story. The interesting part was how we got it down here. My main shop has a 14-foot tall door. Well, if I put it in my main shop, it would just be too much. So my side shop has a 9-foot door, and we couldn't get it in that door. So this is the story of how we got it in the shop. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching.
Do I put them on the pipe?
Wait till we get down to near the ground. Boom in.
We'll probably need another pipe down here.
Guys, I don't want to move it any farther.
Until we get the
Well, both pulling that down, and I'm not going to pick up on this ram. This will be it, so we're okay right here.
okay.
We can push from there. Clear that handle there? Yeah. So it kind of lean forward to you something. Okay, just what? See that up there? Can you push it away for about 4 inches? This way. Hold on. Come on down, Luis. Well, it's in the pipe. It's in the pipe over here. Let me get aboard. Andy, or somebody, give me that 2x4 right there on the wall. Do not get under this thing. Long one. You want me to get close up and die so you can have this.
Flying this morning.
Mark, Hey, come on in. All right. Fish.
What's about?
Tell the crane driver to drop it down about 3 inches. Just go like this, and then do like this when it's time to stop.
Okay.
Okay. I'm fine. Come on down. I got it. Okay, that's good enough now.
You been a black one?
Okay. Down. Down. Stop. Where's the tape measure?
Right here. Here you go.
Like Jose did some barbed wire. Or, not barbed wire, but nailing wire.
I can watch it out here pretty good.
For what?
Watch it out.
This was all set on the back side. We couldn't get to it.
It is what it is.
Compared to what it was, 1,000 times better. Okay. Here's my quandary. I usually set these up in a bigger set of V-blocks. And then take a fixture like this and go in through and hold it there. Which
Won't fit, huh?
that one won't fit, that one won't fit. And I like to have them about these points here.
Can you use the smaller one? Can you use those? No?
Well, I've got to make something because you don't put the pressure on this here.
Mm-hmm.
I use one like this that goes down and puts the
yeah.
pressure here.
Yeah.
Now, all right. So now, I'm wondering, these I made makes it easier. You don't have to have it lined up over the T-track.
enough here?
Well, that I can adjust by putting a 1, 2, 3 block on either face of it, and I can raise it and lower it. It's just, I need to be able to put pressure right here in this channel and still be far enough away from all of the head assembly as it comes through. These in Richard King's straight edges are perfectly spaced where they'll fit right in through here. Miles, old buddy, next time just buy a Kingway, be done with it. Be a lot less trouble for me. Thank you. All right. First thing we're going to have to do, if we use those, is to get it up a couple inches. Parallels work great for this. Yeah, we've raised it up 1/4 of an inch now. And unless this thing is sadly warped,
All the other faces were.
yeah, it was. I mean, it was twisted 1/8 of an inch.
Yeah.
So I need to kind of go ahead and assume that that's going to happen here too. And
Put a couple more in there.
well, don't want to do too many.
No. But that's still on the back. On the machine edge, that's still...
Well, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about vibration. And, you know, see now,
Yeah.
I'm raising it up in the V so it doesn't fit stable. And I've got to put that pressure right there.
What if you took a small... No, it ain't gonna fit.
That's what I won't think about trying. By lifting it up, I can move this stud over farther
Yeah.
and get into that right there. Hello.
Ready?
Okay. Supper's ready. We'll continue this later. Okay. I think I've come up with a game plan. And it's going to be a little different than what I normally do, but I can't get anything through here very easily. But using my big angle blocks, What I think I'm going to do is make another hold down clamp, and basically it's going to come up here, then we're going to cut off a piece of this to go into that hollow down there, and I think about right there is where I need to cut off. Now, worried about strength. I don't really care about looks, but I took off any sharp edges. And we'll see how this works. Okay, I think I have a plan. Went and fabricated some hold down dogs. But as I was planing the other side, on my finish passes on this bit that I'd ground, I noticed that it was feeding and less chatter by coming this way. Well, I have to get up into this little corner of this valley in here, and feeding that way isn't going to work. So I could either mess with the bit, reset it, but it was cutting so nice I don't even touch it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate my setup to where the valley will be on this side. Now this planer goes either way. It really doesn't matter which way it is feeding. Sort of ambidextrous. Is that like Abby normal? What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up to where we're working this way in. That way that point of that blade will come in here. It's backwards from what I normally do, but I think it'll be fine. Now make these little dogs to fit in here. Hot, 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 hot. Still hot, 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 hot. I think this is going to work out well. Need to raise this up. How come it, yeah, there it is. This over here. It's going to work out nice. I've got this 9-degree angle over on that end. Let's get some dogs in here. my little down and dirty adjustment tool I made for this. Just go to the side and set these angle blocks at the same depth or width of table. That's good. So now we need to clamp those down. My straight edge is kind of acting like a square, so that these blocks give me a straight angle. These could be tilted like this, but by sitting inside the V-joint and the block being the same distance from the back to the side of the table, it just naturally squares itself up. And plus, I don't really care about being this direction dead on. As long as I'm flat here, that's what I care about. That's one down. Have to kind of adjust this and that. Actually, I need to move it down some. I'm working off of my stop down there for the table. Okay, make sure I'm good. Lock you down. I don't like that. It's not square. It's not fitting in like that. It's because that darn rib's in the way. I can't scoot it that much farther because of this stud sticking up. Hits the back edge of this. Can't go through the hole like I normally do. So I'm going to have to sacrifice the edge of that by cutting that off. I'll be right back. Much better.
That gives me enough. Go down. Hot, 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 hot. Think that'll work. Start messing with bigger machines. Everything gets bigger. 1.25 inches. Five-gallon containers of 5-gallon containers of hydraulic fluid become 55-gallon containers. And something that takes a couple minutes takes an hour. Okay, we got enough clearance going under the arm. Now we're going to see if I have enough clearance getting down to the tool bit to the surface. Oh yeah, plenty there. Now we're going to see if we've got enough space to come to the edge of that and not clobber that tool, that holder, which I do on this one. And I always take a block of wood and clamp it to the position farthest into the work I can go. And I watch this and I stop it and I feed it by hand so I don't knock it out. That leaves me 1/8 of an inch clearance through there. Now we're going to back it off and go to the next one and see what it looks like. Oh, 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 not good. Guys, don't ever guess on this stuff. Check it. Luckily, I could sand off enough clearance. Be right back. One of the best $50 I've ever spent. All right, there it is. It's tied up against my stop. Got clearance there. Still nerve-wracking when you come up to that stop the first couple of times. You know, yesterday was the second day of a lot of frustration. Today things have been going really good. Hope I don't jinx myself. I even ran out of Mountain Dew last night. Went to the store this morning. They had them on 4 12-packs for $10. What a deal. Okay. I'm going to raise this blade up, and we're going to take a little pass through there just to make sure. Guys, I like the way that other one came out so much. I'll go do the same thing to this one. One thing that little sander could use is a platen midway in the middle. But for $50, I figure the motor and the drive wheels are worth that. Okay, we're going to tighten you up a little bit for the first few passes and relax you. All right. Pucker factor time again. Much nicer clearance. In fact, if I had to, I could even go a little bit farther over. Now, I've got that up off maybe 10 thousandths because I don't know how bad it is, and we're going to start and work our way over little baby steps. Baby step. Gotta put a chamfer on that edge real quick. Still checking to make sure everything hasn't moved. You guys can see it's only cutting in this area here. It's cutting all the way across, which is nice. But this end's low and this end's low. Hope there are no dang screws on this side. Alright, use that as a reference. We took off about 10 thousandths there. That last cut was a spring pass. I released the tension and then just lightly tightened it again. And if you notice, where I did that, it's not cutting as deep in there. So this next one should be for all the money. Okay, we are going to take off 3 to 4 thousandths. I do this every time to make sure that this is dropped down and it's tight against that screw. It's an old machine. See what it looks like. I hear an even cut all the way across.
going to conclude it. Well, that's going to conclude it for this straight edge from hell. It's finished. I'll check it in the morning on the surface plate and we'll see what we have, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be okay unless it's moving inside, and that's the whole reason it showed up here in the first place. It was moving a lot. No wonder, if you was full of sheetrock screws, you'd move a lot too. Pretty happy with the finish I got on this. Let me take you down and let you see it. Pretty soon I'm not going to have to be doing this back and forth, back and forth. I bought a second camera. And hopefully it's the Mark II and it'll show a little bit better detail and such. But that's its surface. It's kind of hard to see, and I'm sorry. Brush. No chatter marks. Once you get through the hard stuff, when you heat treat it, it always leaves an outer shell that's hard. But once you get through it, I mean, the cast iron's relatively soft. If you ever see one of these straight edges hanging around, leave it just where it is. Thanks for watching.